Hey ladies, we are 60 days away from the big 5-0. Sound like that need to be a song. Hope you ladies are doing amazing. I feel really good for those of you that may have been following the journey. So I've been working on best shape by 50. Oh, I can't believe that it's coming soon. I remember when I had 2 years when I turned 48 and I was like, okay, best shape by 50. But I can honestly say that I feel amazing and I feel phenomenal. What I will say though is I'm not where I want to be exactly, but I'm also not where I used to be. And just really applying the formula that I share with everybody. And that's just to be committed to becoming 1% better every day. So, I talk about total transformation, right? Mindset. When we work on our mind, ladies, whew, and when we change our mind, it literally changes our life and our body, our nutrition and fitness. I'm a certified fasting coach and talk about certified fasting coach. I've launched the official FastenForHer community and my heart. When we talk about mindset, I can't even get the words together of where I was before this vision came to me and where I am now and to watch all the things unfold that unfolded, starting with the vision board. I got stories for days, but talking about our body, just learning how to take better care, watch the foods we eat, get a little exercise in. I understand everybody is not a gym lover, for lack of a better term, but we need to, as we become more and more seasoned, and we're not allowed to call ourselves old. Well, you could call yourself whatever you like, but I like to encourage you, you're not old, you are seasoned. We're evolving and becoming better each and every day. And then our spirit working on that. And I'm going to tell you, it's not always easy. I'm here to testify and share with you guys, but it is possible. And there were days where I was excited, and there were days when I was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to get through. And again, just working on all three of those. So, yes. So, I always wake up and do my celestial morning first thing. That's my prayer, my affirmations, my gratitude journal, whatever personal development is serving me at that time is what I apply. And I'm going to share the book that I've been reading that has really been helping me, y'all. And even how I found this book is just like, psh. So we were headed back. I love to ride my bike. Speaking of loving to ride my bike, I've not been on my bike for 3 more days will be 3 weeks, and that's unheard of. But what I did was I just released myself of all the pressure that I was putting on myself. I have a cycling coach. I race for a cycling team. And I realized every day I was waking up and I'm like, okay, what training do I have to do today? But I made a decision this year. I was like, you know what? I just need to really lock in on this project, launching FastenForHer, and really doing some things that are fulfilling other parts of me. So I love riding. It helped. When I ride my bike, y'all, it's my time to pray, my time to think, my time to clear my head. And I do enjoy it. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't. But there's other things. And I'm like, man, going into this year of being 50, I just don't want to leave a lot of things on the table. And we do that sometimes when we lock in and we get super busy and we're taking care of this person and we're taking care of that person and we're doing this and we're doing that. And then we look up and we are empty. This is our makeup for the most part, especially those of you that are seasoned like me, where, you have the family and do this and you do that. And you really have not sat and got a clear vision of what God had for you. And I believe that when we do that and we start working on ourselves, we become better stewards and better helpers to everybody else, right? How can I come here and pour out and support you when I don't fill my own cup first? It is a thing. And I found myself doing that. When you step outside of the frame and you look and you're like, Jesus, it's a whole lot of things, y'all, that I realized wasn't serving me. Or let me say that better. There's a lot of things I was sharing with other women and I wasn't wholeheartedly applying to myself. And it's not because it was any type of fakeness or anything like that. It's just that we as a people, I can inspire you. Listen, if you got a business idea or have a want mindset, I promise you, spend about 10 minutes with me and I'm going to help get you out of that. but I had to also figure out how to get myself out when I didn't have a me to talk to me the same way that I talk to other women and other people, if that makes sense. So I was like, listen, I think God just put me in a space where he's like, Crystal, if this is going to happen, I'm going to be the one to do it. And you're not going to be able to rely on the people to your right or rely on the people to your left, but solely on me. Because my prayer has been, I ask God to search my house, search my soul, search my mind, anything or anywhere that I dwell, search it. And if you find anything that is not serving me, remove it. Now, that's a big ask, because when we ask that question, we also got to be prepared, because, when we come to and we're just like, you know what? I want to live the life that God created me to live, and I want to fulfill the purpose in which he destined me to, like why he purposed me or why I'm here or whatever. When you do that and you really are sincere about going to God and asking him to search you and remove every and anything that does not line up with what he had for you, or better yet, a better way to say it is, Lord, if there's anything that is dwelling on the inside of me or in my atmosphere that is not your will for me, I pray that you remove it in the powerful name of Jesus. And when you remove it, because there's a second part to this that I always add, please, please, please give me the strength to let it go. Because when God start breaking things up, and when you pray the prayer, he hear you. Some people are like, God don't hear me. No, he hear you. And when he hear you, when he start giving you those instructions, you, Crystal, got to be obedient to listen and be willing to start deleting the things or the people or the places out of your space so that he can do the work, right, that your soul desire him to do. So it's a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole thing. But anyway, I took my, I'm big on transformations, and I took my before picture. So I'm excited to see what December 9th is going to look like when we do walk into 50. And then I'm like, okay, what's going to happen when you turn 50? Then we get to raise our bar, and then we're going to say best shape by 51. And I'm one of those people, y'all, that just need I'm one of those people that need something to like continue on. Like I get bored quick, so I need a challenge. We're in the middle of a, don't ask me why I volunteered. Kind of got voluntold, but I volunteered to do this. We're doing 300 push-ups a day. And I'm like, Lord. I told Christy, I said, girl, I could do 100. She was like, Crystal, you can do 300. And I'm like, I know, but I don't want to do 300. But we need those type of people in our life to stretch us. First, we get to raise our own bar, but then we need those people inside of our life that is going to stretch us, that see beyond what we can see. Even though I saw myself doing the 300, I just didn't want to do it. But nonetheless, here we are. We're on day 4. But I wanted to share with you today. I've been reading this book, Vision with Purpose and Power, from Dr. Miles Monroe. So when we left Missouri, that was the last cycling race that I did. I'm already in my mind like, all right, Lord, cycling season is over. My race season is over. What we doing next? I'm here. Talk to me. How we going? What we doing? Run the play, as they like to say. But I'm walking through the airport, and you know how they have those expensive stores on the side where you got paid $10 for a bottle of water? I'm walking, and I decided we got time, so I go inside of the store. The book is sitting there, y'all. Literally, the book just jumped out at me, and I looked at it. And I've been praying about vision and just really, just talking to God about different things. And when the book jumped out, it said Vision with Purpose and Power. And I was like, okay. When I opened up the book, it opened to the page, Stir Up Your Gift. And these are some of the things I was toiling with in my head. And I'm like, oh, I got to buy this book. And we sometimes, they don't have the price on here. I don't know, I must have took the sticker off. I used to, let me not enroll you in my stuff, but before I started really understanding the importance of personal development and reading, because your girl don't like to read. Give me some numbers, I'm gonna run these numbers. I'm an entrepreneur, I like the numbers, right? But I really don't care about reading. But when I realized, sometimes taking time out and read and you don't have to physically read a book. You could do audio, and I do it all, okay? But when the book jumped out at me, I was like, when I opened it up and it said, Stir Up Your Gift, I was like, oh, I got to get this book. And it's a 90-day devotional by Dr. Miles Monroe. And when I tell you, so when we talk about vision and all the conversations I've been having with God, I tell people all the time, I'm not telling you what I read. I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm telling you what I've experienced my own self. He always have the answer. We just have to give the ear to hear. And vision and purpose have been two of the things on my mind. I'm like, even with going into this new milestone of 50, I'm like, where I am now, no, it's not where I'm supposed to be, but how in the world am I going to get here? I got 50 years behind me. And God simply said, like you may not be able to do it by yourself, but I can get you there. And I'm like, okay, all right. So giving an ear to hear, but then that part was exciting, right? The vision board part, doing that is exciting, but actually getting into action is not always exciting because in order for that to happen, you got to take that faith that the word talk about. It said we need faith the size of a mustard seed. We don't have to have ginormous faith. That's crystals. That's my thought process. God said you just need faith the size of a mustard seed. So when he start telling you to move, right, you got to start moving. And that normally is the hardest part. It's like, people, we get the thoughts. Again, I'm sharing where I was. The thoughts came. I seen it. I see the end, all the finish line. And then I'm here at the beginning of the start line. And I'm like, I hear you, Lord. But how we gonna do that? I'm looking at myself, my circumstances, but he constantly reminds us that, right, not your ways, Crystal, but my ways, not your thoughts, girlfriend, but my thoughts. And when I surrendered, y'all, God just started to move and shake, even from and I don't want to make this video super long, but even from the activation of my Fasting for Her community, I'm like, man, God is all right. And he has so much more. So again, I just want to encourage you and inspire you. If you're sitting on the fence and you're like, I don't know if I'm worth it and all the things, just lock in, continue to talk to him. He have an answer. And if you need, get the book, baby. Get the book. Has been amazing and a game changer. And when I say, when you pray and you talk to God, he always have the answer. I was talking to my stories one day on my Instagram, right? Before I even got to this. When I opened up the book to the day where I was supposed to be reading, everything I uttered out of my mouth, confirmation. He will not leave us ignorant. He will not leave us by ourselves to figure this out. He will always send and give confirmation. We just have to give an ear to hear and be willing to do what saith the Lord. Okay. Speaking of that, let your girl get your glasses on because I need my glasses. Ooh. And the reads, I need some clean glasses. And the reads every day, it's not even long. I love it. It's like the most you're going to get is 2 pages. I have yet to even had to read 2 pages. It's literally like, so if you can see, the book is little, you can't see because it's because of the light, but literally, bless my sister's heart though. My sister will read a book 5 times as thick and big with them teeny words. I will open a book, close that joker, and just go on about my business. But nonetheless, we are on day 39, right? Principle 4, possess the passion of vision. Okay. So it says, you always get a scripture and you always get a thought. Let me grab I'll just use my highlighter. Okay. So I wanted to share this. It says, day number 39, principle 4, possess the passion of vision. The passion. For the people work with all their heart. Nehemiah 4:6. The 4th principle of fulfilling personal vision is that you'll never be successful without passion. Passionate people are those who have discovered something more important than life itself. Jesus told his disciples, in essence, if you're not willing to nope, this is not true because I read this one. We're on, hold on a second. Because we talked about Nehemiah. Okay, my apologies. Okay. We're on day 40. I said day 39. I'm like, wait. We read this yesterday. Okay. Day 40, I stand corrected. Paul's passion for his purpose. For this purpose, I was appointed a herald and an apostle. I am telling the truth. I am not lying, and a true and faithful teacher of the Gentiles. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 7. For this purpose, I was appointed to herald as an apostle. Paul knew his purpose in life. God had called him to be an apostle to the Gentiles. In 2 Corinthians, we find a unique passage that shows the burning passion Paul had for his vision. There were some men in the Corinthian church who had challenged Paul's right to call himself an apostle. These challengers were false apostles, yet they attacked Paul's credibility and spiritual qualifications and drew people away from the truth. Paul responded by addressing the Corinthian believers who were being led away from their faith in Jesus Christ. He wrote that even if what he was about to say sounded ridiculous and foolish at first, he would say it anyway to prove he was an apostle so that they would return to the true gospel. Are Hebrews ? So am I. Are the Israelites? So am I. Are Abraham's descendants? So am I. Are they servants of Christ? I am out of my mind to talk like this. I am more. 5 times I received from the Jews the 40 lashes minus 1. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was pelted with stones. 3 times I was shipwrecked. I spent a night and a day in an open sea. Good Lord. I have been constantly on the move. I have been in danger from rivers, in danger from bandits, in danger from my fellow Jews, in danger from Gentiles, in danger in the city, in danger in the country, in danger at sea, and in danger from false believers. That is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 22 to 26. Why did Paul list all the problems and tribulations as part of the proof that he was a genuine apostle? He was saying, in effect, if the vision and assignment I received weren't real, do you think I go through all these hardships? He paid a price for the vision, but his passion enabled him to do it. Paul reiterated his vision to Timothy. For this purpose, I was appointed a herald and an apostle. I am telling the truth. I am not lying, and I am true and faithful. I am a true and faithful teacher of the Gentiles. 1 Timothy 2:7. You are passionate and you are real if you stay steady under pressure. Man, listen. That's a repost right there. You are passionate and you are real if you stay steady under the pressure. You know your vision is from God when you are still at it once the storm clears. It's easy to get excited about a vision, but it's harder to be faithful to it. Faithfulness to vision is one of the marks of legitimacy. The thought for today. You know your vision is from God when you are still at it once the storm clears. The reading that's suggested is Philippians 1:18-25. Now, I just shared with you how I went on my Instagram stories and I talked a little bit like I did today, and then read today's passage, and did it not line up? Did I not just say that it's not always going to be easy? And sometimes we think that when God gives us a charge, or he set us on a mission, or he give you vision and tell you to go fulfill it, I got you. When the storm comes and it get a little rocky and the days aren't as beautiful as you thought it was going to be because the charge came from God, you got to know, first of all, step back. You got to know that you know that you know that God said, it was God that said what he said. Once you are sure with that, then you are to run on to see what the end is going to be, regardless of what season come, because the winters are going to come. God said, my ways are not your ways, right? Fall is going to hit us. Spring is going to hit us. Summer is going to hit us. We're going to have all these seasons. And sometimes we as a people, when we finally decide, you know what? Enough is enough. Let me because this literally was my story. I was like, I'm tired of feeling like Jonah. God told Jonah to go to Nineveh, right? He gave him a charge, go. Jonah said, I hear you, but I'm going this way. And what ended up happening? So I'm just like, okay, Lord, here I am. And because, the direction, or the instruction rather, came from God, sometimes as a people, we feel like it's going to be smooth sailing. It's not. Like, this is for our making. Could you imagine if every time we prayed and God was like, hey, here you go, it's all yours, all wrapped up in a gift. And we're just, I'm not saying that it's not possible. So don't come for me when I say that. But sometimes, and I share this part because sometimes people feel lost or disconnected because they are going through. Like, the storm is going to come. We get to weather the storm with God. right? So, man, and I've been there. I've been right here in my office. I'm like, Lord, I don't know if it's gonna work. I literally, and I'll just share this real quick. So when I shared my fasting for her that I launched, because my prayer is to be a bridge for other people to see that God is real through my own living. Like y'all see me here when I say I have things, right? We always have what we need. We may not always have what we want, but God said he would give us the desires of our hearts. And my prayer is that my desires are in alignment with his will for me. I used to be a homeowner. I am no longer. And I'm like, oh, I want to own a home again. But it's those limiting beliefs that tell me, girl, you about to be 50. You ain't got no business buying no house at 50. And then you're inspired because he show you people that started over at 60. And I'm like, if I tell y'all that the God that I serve is all powerful, he sit high, look low, and he reign, then why am I like accepting the fact that I'm about to be 50 and that life is just about to come to an end because, I got 50 years behind me and the things that I want or what it took for me to build what I had took years. And I'm like, girl, you ain't got that much time. Well, first of all, you don't know how much time you have. But when we declare that, we have to show up and be willing to go through the battle and fight the good fight of faith so that people can see. Like I know one of my things, I got to start talking more. I have to start hitting this button and sharing more to bring people along with me because listen, I'm like, he's amazing. And if I say that, of course, the devil's listening too. You got to hold on to that because he's going to say, y'all see what happened to Job. If your God is so amazing, why are you going through this? And why are you going through that? And that's when we really got to get in our space and just pray and continue to talk to God and hop on your little surfboard and say, you know what? I'm going to ride this storm all the way out. I might sway to the left, right? And I might sway to the right. And I might even get, knees may even buckle a little bit. But at the end of the day, guess what? God is still God and he still said what he said. So I pray that I encouraged you to come along on this journey with me. And for those of you that may be sitting and you're just like, I just don't know. I don't know if God is going to come through or whatever your thought is. Just know if you just hang on just a little while longer, it's going to be all right. Okay. So, and if anybody is looking, to evolve, drop my little thing down. And one of the things I do with my fasting, and I ran into this. I don't want to say nothing is accident when God is involved, but let me just tell you, your girl started to follow different people on social media. I wanted to, at the age of 58, I wanted to get more into fasting and I wanted to spend more time with God, both naturally and spiritually. So of course I lengthened my spiritual fast and then I started studying what one would call intermittent fasting. Y'all, I found this is amazing. You want to heal yourself? And what did God say? Faith the size of a mustard seed, this work. But why I'm here right now today, when I started, my mom decided to come on the journey with me. And my mom hit me up in about 8 weeks and was like, Crystal, my high blood pressure has normalized. I knew what was possible because I saw other people's transformations and I heard other people's testimonies and the course that I was taking to get certified. And I'm like, but when it happened to your own, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. If this can happen to my mom who is 68 years young, there's so many people that have that are type 2 let me say it better. There's so many people that are pre-diabetic, type 2, right? High blood pressure, all the things. And if you go search it, you can heal a lot of that. So I wanted to create a community where I can support the women and teach them how to apply these principles, but not just for the high blood pressure. And I'm not diabetic. These are tools that we use in our community. And if you're interested, it's www.fasting, for her.com. And you should see the link below in the bio. Join us. We are having an amazing time. And I really believe that like my vibe is going to attract my tribe. But when my mom said, honey, baby, my high blood pressure numbers have normalized. I'm like, I knew it was possible. But when my mom said it, I was like, oh, that just gave me all the ammunition I needed to put on my boots, as they like to say, and run this race and grab as many women that wanted to come along for this journey of total transformation. Change your mindset, change your life, work on your body, which is your nutrition and your fitness, and then cultivate and serve your spirit to become stronger and stronger and stronger in him. So here we are. That's last but not least. So I'm going to put on my, I have a continuous glucose monitor. And the reason why we use a continuous glucose monitor is to see how different foods affect us. Or if you're diabetic, your doctor may give you a prescription to get one, but you do not need a prescription for one of these. And what's nice is that there's an app. I'm actually in the midst of creating an app for my community to be able to track a lot of different things, moves and inspiration, blah, 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 all the things. Pray for me. But this right here, we're going to put on our arm. It doesn't hurt at all. I don't like needles. Mama 4 right here, after pushing out all the babies to this day, I still do not like needles. But okay, so got my little pad. What you're going to do is you take your alcohol wipe, put it on your arm, let it dry. And this is the Dexcom G7. They have Libra. So I have like a list of different ones that you can purchase inside the community, and the needle's super thin. So you just push it up against your arm right here and you count 1, 2, 3. Listen, that's simple. I didn't even feel this. My right hand up to God, I didn't even feel this. So many people were like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do it. So once you do this, you just hold it. And then it actually come with a cover, but I purchased these covers from Amazon to protect it from water. And this is going to be good for 10 days. Literally from the time you insert it into your arm, the timer starts. Even when I sync it on my phone, it take about 20 minutes to sync, but then the timer, the countdown begins. So I'm gonna put this over and we rub it. And then we boop, 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 pull that off. There we go. Okay. So there's a number on here that we're gonna use to sync with the app. Now, this is the one I have a challenge with. I like for my, I guess you can call it patch, to be nice and smooth. For whatever reason, I'm always having a hard time getting this to come off. It is super sticky. I think it hurt more taking this off than anything else, to be honest with you. Okay. Got that. Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it good for the video. All right. So I'm going to cover my arm and put it on this side first. This is the first time, and I'm not even exaggerating, that it actually came off perfect. Pull this over, nice and smooth. No, I think I talked too soon. Okay. Oh, still buckled. And folded back. I know y'all probably like, Crystal, get over it. I just like for it to be. But anyway, it has a little fold. It's okay. I'll get over it. Okay, so this is going to be warming up. And again, if you join or just follow the journey, I don't want to make this video super long. It's already long enough. And we'll talk about the Keto Mojo later. But I always ask those of you that have a word of prayer, just continue to pray for me that I evolve and elevate into the woman that God created me to be, and I'm able to press on to inspire, motivate, and encourage other women to join me and believe in themselves. So with that being said, you have the most amazing day ever, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.